Yeah, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to another PS4 video. So today we're going to be checking out the AliExpress Blu-ray discs that you can buy for jailbreaking your PS4 up to firmware 12.52. There's a lot of people buying these pre-made discs because not everybody has access to a Blu-ray writer on their computer that they can use to burn your own Blu-ray discs. So in this case, there are a lot of sales, as you can see here, 2,000 plus sold of these AliExpress Blu-ray discs. So what I thought I would do in this video is just try these out myself. I ordered one of each from 3 different sellers here. There's this version, Jailbreak Gold 10 12.52 for PS4, latest firmware supported bootable eject payload homebrewed backup games. Do they really need that long of a title? And then we also have this version here, which has over 600 sold. We've got PS4 Jailbreak Gold 10 12.52 latest firmware bootable eject payload homebrew backup games. So more or less the same. And then this one here as well, saying PS4 Jailbreak Disc one-click boot all-in-one for firmwares 9.0 to 12.52, no PC needed. Play backup games homebrew on your PlayStation 4, which has over 800 sales. Okay, so this is how they came here. We've got all 3 of them. So they do come pretty well packed, I will say that. All of the Blu-ray discs come in these identical boxes, so it appears like they may be coming from the same distributor, because they're all pretty much identical here. But at least the Blu-ray disc is protected in these boxes, so it is well packed. Not only that, but we have a proper Blu-ray case instead of those little sleeves, those flimsy sleeves. We have a proper Blu-ray case here, and we have a nice print with the PS4 colors on it, saying BD-JB P4. So you know this is your Blu-ray disc to jailbreak your PS4. You cannot mistake it. And of course, it also says BD-RW disc, which would kind of indicate it might be a rewritable disc. We'll test this in my own Blu-ray burner to see if it's just a regular BD-R disc, especially since it doesn't make sense that it says RW, which is normally a term for rewritable DVDs, not Blu-ray discs. Rewritable Blu-ray discs should be BD-RE and not RW. But yeah, anyway, so we'll have to test that. So that's one of the discs there. So this version, again, looks more or less the same. If we open this up, it is slightly different actually. If we take a look, this disc is a little bit different. So it says, again, same color scheme, but it is a little more faded. And we have the P4 text blanked out here on this version, but still says BD-JB, also still says BD-RW disc. So that is the second one there. And finally, the last one. So this one is the PS4 Jailbreak Disc one-click bootable all-in-one for firmware 9.0 to 12.52. No PC needed. Play backup games homebrew on your PlayStation 4. So that is this one. And again, looks exactly the same as the others. So same case with the Blu-ray disc inside. And of course, the disc looks exactly the same as the first disc. So it's got BD-JB, the more vibrant colors, not as faded, and this one has the P4 text on it as well, also says BD-RW disc. So this first disc is the one that seems to have sold the most copies, 2,000 plus copies sold, although interestingly it's only got 3 and a bit stars. I'll insert the disc and we'll see what we get here. Okay, so this disc loads absolutely no problem. We can see it looks like it's just the regular hen loader, laps and poopsploit. We'll go ahead and give this a try. See if it runs normally. So this is just the normal version by 15432. At least on the surface, it looks like that. We'll see if there's anything added to it. So we have to press X to initiate the exploit, and that was successful. I've got Gold 10 stored in the data folder, so it should just run that. So there we go. Gold 10 is loaded. And of course, I also have it set to auto close the disc player with the enable BD app auto kill function. So there we go, it does work, it jailbreaks our console, so that's what we want it to do. So that is working, but if I go to debug settings, package installer, there's no packages included on the disc. Now, just to be transparent, I did order these discs on, I think it was the 27th of November. There wasn't really that many new versions available at that point, but maybe if you order a disc now, it will include a more up-to-date version with an auto-loader that auto-loads the exploit instead of having to press a button on the controller, with the stability improvements and the homebrew applications on the disc that can be installed from the package installer, like they did with the 12.02 jailbreak discs. So hopefully we'll see that. Maybe one of the other discs will have a more up-to-date version. So that's the one that's sold over 2,000 copies apparently. Okay, so this next one is our PS4 Jailbreak Gold Disc 12.52 latest firmware supported bootable eject payload homebrew backup games. So basically 4-star rating, a little bit higher than the other one, but it has only sold 600 copies with this version. So I'll insert that into my PS4 and we'll see how we get on with this one. See if it's any different. I mean, I have a feeling they're all going to be the same here, but... Oh, hello. BD Jailbreak Lapse 1.2. Did they send the wrong disc? Because this looks like on the surface that this is the 12.02 jailbreak, but it specifically says in the listing that it was a gold disc 12.52. So that's interesting. I wonder if they've actually sent me the 12.02 jailbreak by mistake instead of sending me the 12.52 one. Anyway, let's go ahead and restart the console so I'm no longer running Gold Hen, and then we'll give this a try and see if they've actually ended up sending me the wrong disc here. Okay, so I rebooted the PS4. Let's go ahead and try this. Uh-oh. That's not good. That's not good. That's not the right exploit. Yikes. Okay, yes, they did in fact send me the wrong disc. That is unfortunate. We have one more to try. This one definitely says, even on the box, it's got 9.0-12.52 on it. Yeah, so this one is the no PC needed one. So it's PS4 jailbreak disc, one-click boot all-in-one. It says all-in-one, so maybe it does include, you know, homebrew applications on the disc here. For firmware 9.0-12.52, no PC needed, play backup games homebrew on your PS4. This one has, what, 3.3 stars and 30 reviews and 800 sold. So this one's actually sold more than the one that looked a little bit more dodgy that ended up sending me the wrong disc. So let's go ahead and give this a try. We'll pop this in the PS4. Fingers crossed it's actually a 12.52 disc and not a 12.02 disc, please. And now we wait. Ooh, this one's struggling a bit more to read the disc. Man, maybe recommending these AliExpress discs is not a good idea. Right, so I mean, now maybe that's just a fluke. I'll try reinserting the disc a few times. If it still says corrupted data, I'll try in another PS4 just to confirm if the disc actually is corrupted. But honestly, 2 bad discs out of 3 is not a great start. It's not a ringing endorsement of these AliExpress discs as I was kind of hoping it would be. Yeah, so 2 out of 3. I think we've got a bad disc here as well. Yeah, that's going to fail as well, I can tell. The disk drive's not even trying. So not what I was expecting. I was really hoping that these discs would all be, you know, working well and have a decent version so I could actually recommend people go out and get these AliExpress Blu-ray discs. But with 2 out of 3 discs not being great, having one that works, but it just has the bare bones lapse poop exploit on it, although it was ordered, like I say, in late November, so before a lot of the improvements came out. Having one disc that just does not work at all, and then also having the wrong disc be sent to me for an older exploit that does not work on my PS4 after it was sold to me as a disc that should work up to 12.52. It cannot be a ringing endorsement of these particular AliExpress discs, unfortunately. So what I want to do now is load these into my Blu-ray writer on my PC, especially this corrupted one, just to see what the quality of the discs are, and are they actually rewritable discs or are they just BD-R discs, despite the print on them saying BD-RW, which would, I guess, suggest rewritable. Okay, so we'll open up Image Burn, write image file to disk. Wait a minute, this doesn't make sense. It says it's a BD-R disk. So it's not a rewritable disk, but it allows me to write to the disk. Does this disk have anything written on it? Is it completely blank? I think this disk hasn't been written to. That's why the PS4 didn't even attempt to try and read it. It just immediately said corrupted data because the disk is literally not formatted. It's empty. So they just sent me a completely blank disk with nothing written to it, because otherwise, if it did have any data written to it and it's a BD-R disk, not a rewritable disk, I would not have the option to write anything to it. So they have just sent me a blank disk, it seems. Like if I try and open this, like you can see, there's no data written to this. And yeah, it says, how do you want to use this disk? It's not even been formatted yet. So wow, okay, so that explains why it's corrupted, because there's literally nothing on it. So the disc itself seems to be a pretty high quality disc. It's a verbatim disc by the looks of things. It says media ID verbat-imu-000, unless this can be like, you know, manipulated, but otherwise, because it's not got anything written to it, I don't think it is manipulated. So it's IMU000, so you can see here, verbat IMU right here, which should be a disc from CMC Magnetics, which do make verbatim discs, which are the same kind of discs, I guess, that I use. I think my ones are like one of these ones that I use. So yeah, basically it is a, you know, decent quality disc, although it doesn't appear to have anything written to it, which is unfortunate. So let's try the other two discs. So this is the disc that has the proper exploit written to it. The first disc we tried that worked fine. This is also a verbatim IMU000, so the same type of disc, and it also appears to be a BD-R disc as well, so it's not a rewritable disc. And this one, as you can see, does have data written to it, hence why we don't have the option to write, because it's not a rewritable disc. So effectively the same type of disc as the other one. They look identical, they're using the same disc. So now we'll try the one that has the wrong exploit written to it, the one that has the 12.02 exploit written to it. See what type of discs this one is using, because this one uses the one that has the different print on it. Okay, so this one's using, okay, it's also a BD-R disc, not a rewritable disc. This is using a different disc. This does not look like a CMC Magnetics disc. This looks like it is from a different manufacturer. So it's from AVIC UME Disc HK Limited. So I believe they are a China-based company. So slightly different. If you look at a couple of tests that I've seen online, seem to show that the burn reliability is lesser on these discs. It's mixed compared to the CMC Magnetics ones, which tend to be good. So in conclusion, I cannot recommend actually getting these AliExpress Blu-ray discs just based on my own personal experience, having 2 out of 3 not working. Although this was a small sample size of only buying 3 discs, and it's only 1 disc from each of the sellers. So obviously, you know, I would need to order a lot more discs to really get a good idea of what the failure rate is on getting a bad disc from them. In most cases, you might be fine. But generally, the one that was working was the one with the most sales, with the 2,000 plus sales here. With that one, I was able to get a good disc. But looking at the reviews, there's definitely some people that ended up getting bad discs from there. And they've posted pictures showing the disc being corrupted in their PS4. So there's always a chance that you could end up getting a bad disc when ordering from here. But at least in my case, the disc I got from them was the only good one that actually worked in my PS4. So take that as you will. So anyway, I just wanted to check these discs out. I was expecting they would all just have the normal exploit on them and work normally. But in this case, unfortunately, that was not the case. So obviously you guys make your own mind up based on what you saw here in this video if you think these discs are worthwhile. It may also be worth checking places like eBay to see if there are people selling discs that are more local, because when you order these discs from China, it does take a while to arrive. It depends where you live in the world, of course, but for me, it took about a week and a half to get these discs after ordering them. So, you know, if you want to get them sooner, you might want to check somewhere more local to see if there's somebody selling on eBay that can ship you a disc quicker. So that is something that is also worth checking out. But anyway, that's going to do it for this one. So hope you guys enjoyed this video or found the information useful. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. And once again, as always, I'll hopefully see you guys in the next one.